Hey everybody, this is Eric Clark's Travel Videos, and I'm here in Vienna, Austria, and I wanted to talk to you about travel. So I've been all over the world. I've been to every single country in Europe, and I guess I want to talk about that for the most part. So in Europe, I lived in Rome, I lived in Florence, I lived in Ireland, I lived, all over Croatia, Latvia, Romania, everywhere. And so one of the things that I take advantage of is I usually go for at least a month or maybe 3 months. And so when I stay for 3 months, what I really look at is day travel. So like, what can I reach by day? You know what I mean? So like if it's a one-day trip. So like in Vienna, Austria, one of the things I was looking forward to doing was going to Salzburg. Another one I was looking forward to was going to Budapest. Another one was Bratislava. Another one was Graz. Another one was Prague. And so, you know, when I was in Rome, I used to go all over the place. I mean, you could go anywhere pretty cheap. You could go to the Hadrian's Palace and Hadrian's City and all those different places, and they were $7 or $8. That is absolutely not the case in Vienna, Austria. To take a train to Graz was, hang on one second, I got it on my screen here. Was fairly expensive. Let's see, km, that's kilometers, gallons, gas, Flixbus, no, where's the RyanAir, where are the ones that talk about, let's see, hang on one second. Let me open my Excel. So for QBB, which is the train here in Austria, to go to Graz, round trip, was $69.80. That's a lot of money for just a day trip. $70, that's a lot. If I wanted to go to Salzburg, it was $19.20, $119.20 round trip. If I wanted to do Budapest, it too was $119. So that really became out of the question for me. I can't spend $120 just to do a day trip. I mean, I would do all sorts of day trips. I could be traveling a lot. And so then I had to start really looking for other alternatives. And so one of those alternatives, so there's Flixbus or buses, right? Or there's day trips like RyanAir that you could get for really cheap, or there's rental cars. So let's talk about the rental cars. So my first move that I did when I got here was I rented a car. And I rented a car and I drove to, what was it called? It was, what's that church called? Crap, I'll think of it in a second. Anyway, I went on a road trip, and I ended up, and it wasn't that far. It was like maybe an hour's drive, and what is it? It's the winery, and then they have the church. Milk Abbey. There I am, finally I get it. So I went to the Milk Abbey, and then I went over to another little town, the town of Milk, and then I went to, what was the Eggstein Castle or whatever, and then back home. And so here's what I ended up finding out. So to rent the car, it was only $28, right, to rent the car. So it's nothing. I thought, wow, I'm gonna score big time. But you still have to pay $4 to get to the train station, $4 to get back, right? To where you get the car at. And then I did the gas. So let me tell you the gas. So it's 185 miles to Salzburg by car. And so you'd require 10 gallons of gas. And that's assuming you get like 20 gallons per tank or per mile, 20 miles to gallon. And so the gas cost came to $90. So with the gas cost being $90, the rental car being $28, so each way was $118. Round trip, it became $236. That's to Salzburg. To Graz, Graz is only 124 miles. And so you'd require 6.7 gallons of gas. So the gas cost came to $63. With the rental car at $28, it became $91 each way, or $182 round trip. Yikes. Budapest, same thing, 151 miles 8.1 gallons of gas required, $73 for gas cost, and so the rental car was 28, so it'd be 101 one way or 202 round trip. So when I did the rental car to Melk Abbey and then to Eggstein Castle and then to the little winery place town, which was on the way, and then back home, the rental car, I think with the train and everything, the little transportations and all that stuff, it came to like $40, but the gas came to like $55 or $60. So it was like $100 just to go less than an hour, well, maybe an hour's worth of driving. It's not feasible. And so Graz is like 2 hours away. So you can do it by train for 69. You could do it by car, 182. It's just not feasible anymore. And so what I did is I started doing RyanAir. And why RyanAir, Eric? That seems silly. That seems like it's going to be more expensive. It's not. I looked into buses too. Let's talk about buses for a second. So Vienna to Budapest one way was $15, $14.98. So round trip came to $29.96, $30 to Budapest by bus. But then it's taking hours, right? And so if I went to Krakow by bus, it became $41.96, $42 round trip. If I went to Prague, it became $33.96 round trip. So for $33, you're not really saving much, or it gets I guess the bus gets very comparable to airfare, except airfare gets you farther, airfare gets you there faster, airfare is a lot easier. 99.999% of the towns have ways to get from the airport to the center of town. So let's talk about where I went. So RyanAir, like if I wanted to fly to Malta, it was $53 round trip, $26.67 each way. So $53.34. If I wanted to fly to Malta, you can't get a bus to Malta, can't get a train to Malta, can't get a rental car to Malta, but you could fly there for $53. That's amazing. So you want to go to Venice? Round trip, each way was $14.09. Round trip came to $28.18 if I wanted to go to Venice. So I did go to Tallinn, Estonia, and it was a little more expensive there. It was $31 each way, and so round trip came to $63.98. So let's talk about what I did. So on this trip, I did the rental car and did Melk Abbey and that was over $100 by the time it was all done. And then I did Tallinn, Estonia, and I think I paid actually less than the $63.98. I also went to Banja Luka, and that was like $14 each way, and that was nothing. I also went to Krakow, and Krakow was like $14 each way. So it was $28 to Krakow, $28 round trip to Banja Luka, maybe $50 to Tallinn, Estonia. So I found that if you're in Vienna, Austria, or anywhere in Austria, and don't get me wrong, I think there's coupons you can take. You can take the super slow bus. You can do a group slow bus. And maybe I don't know all the ins and outs because I've been here for a couple of months, but I don't know everything. But I have found that if you're in Austria, the best thing to do is to take a RyanAir plane to Rome, to Venice, to Krakow, to all these different places, and they're just super cheap, much cheaper than the train. The train I found was heinous. It was unaffordable, unworkable, unmanageable. And I even went all the way to the QBB bus or train station. I got to the counter and I talked to the guy, and he said that I could get a train to Salzburg, and it was 6 hours because you had to take the slow one for like $30 each way. So, who wants to spend 6 hours? I can go get on a plane and fly to Krakow in 1 hour. Tallinn, Estonia was less than 2 hours. Banja Luka was less than an hour. And so if you're looking at time, if you're looking at locations, if you're looking at cost, to me, cost is everything. I'm really on a pretty tight budget, very, very small budget. And so if you're looking at those types of things and you're in Austria, just choose RyanAir and go somewhere. I mean, RyanAir, even if it was $14 each way and you had to pay $4 to get to the train station, $4 to get back from the train station, even if it was, you know, the train ride for what, 19 minutes? It's nothing to the airport. So, and the flight was an hour. Yeah, you had to sit there for an hour and get there an hour early, whatever, but I really got that mastered. I could get my boarding pass right away. I didn't have to sit in the line. I could just go right through the checkout stuff. And then I got to the point where people would know you, you know what I mean? It's like, and then I even got to the spot where even in the Vienna airport, there was a guy from Egypt there, and I'd go in and get a beer, and so I could sit and wait for the flight, and he got to know me, and so he'd bring me out a fresh cold one, which was just amazing. So anyway, in Austria, make sure you're looking at what it costs for trains, and if you have other secrets, by all means, let me know. But if you don't, I would encourage you to look at RyanAir or Wizz Air or any of those other airlines. Let me show you my numbers here real quick. Let me turn this camera around. And so this is what I'm looking at. So here's my screen. And so I've done all the math. And so you can see right there, the QBB trains, Graz, all of this, and one way, and how many miles it is, and rental cars. So I even went a step further. So like I went, like here's Flixbus. I actually went to their website, and you can see their website right there and how much it costs. Vienna terminal to Budapest was $14.98. So it's going to cost you, you know, 30 bucks to go to Budapest. If you wanted to go to Krakow, Krakow's the same way. Vienna to Krakow, it's $20.98. That takes 6 hours. I did the flight and it took an hour. Probably not, well, maybe an hour and 5 minutes. So it was nothing. Let's say you wanted to go to Prague. Prague again is 6 hours. And yeah, you could do it for $17 each way, but then it becomes $34 round trip. And so $35 round trip, plus you got to get to the train station, right? So that's going to either cost you $2.50 to take the train, or you're going to, you know, have to hoof it for, you know, a mile or two. And so then I did gallons of gas. I even broke it down, how many miles, and I figured on 30 miles to the gallon. If it was 243 miles, can you see that right there? 243 miles, and I divided by 30, it would require 8.1 gallons. And that was to Budapest. If I wanted to drive to Graz, it would require 6.63 gallons. If I wanted to go to Salzburg, it would be 9.96 gallons. And then the gas costs. So to drive to Budapest, if I needed, so let's look at this real quick again. So here's Budapest. I needed 8.1 gallons, and that would be in a direct shot straight away, no changes, no curving, no nothing. And so if I went to Budapest and I got 9 gallons, right, it would require $72.09 each way. And so here's Graz as well, 7 times 9, $63 in gas, or yeah. And then, is that, wait, gas cost for Vienna, yeah. And so here's Vienna to Salzburg, 90. And so anyway, and so then I did, here's the conversion I did, length, 243 kilometers done by miles. So it was 150 miles. So anyway, so I could break it down into something that I was pretty familiar with. And so I did all the mathematics and everything else. And then here's how I figured out the miles. So your location, which is Vienna, to Budapest, you could see, there it is, and it came to 243 miles. And so if I go back to the Budapest and look at that, 243 into miles, 150 miles. And then if I do the 150 miles, let's see, 150 miles, which is 300, 243, blah, 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 300, 8.1. Anyway. So, and then here's the actual website from the QBB train site. So QBB is the main train company. So from here, which one was this one? Does it say? Yeah, this one's to Budapest. You can see it right down here. Vienna to Budapest, $52.50 one way. And then here's another one to Salzburg. I mean, Salzburg isn't that far, but it's $60 each way. So $120. And here's Graz. And Graz was $34.90. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to tell you that if you find you can find a cheaper train if it's earlier in the morning, or if it's a super slow train, or what have you. But so let's say we take Graz, and then we do, well, let's do Budapest. So here's Budapest, $52.50 each way for Budapest on the train. Here it is, here's Budapest by bus, $14.98 each way. So $30 versus, what was this one? $105. But for $105, let's go look at RyanAir. Here's RyanAir on this date. So the flight is 2 hours and 40 minutes, and it says it right here, 2 hours, 20 minutes, sorry, from Vienna to Malta, right? And it's the basic air. And so that was $26.67 each way. And then let's go to Estonia. Here's the Estonia one. It was $31 or $34, or actually, is that the return? Oh, so it gave you two choices on, oh no, that's the date. This is the price, $31.99 to fly to Tallinn, Estonia. And that's on that date. That's not the date that I took, so it's different. So here's another one, Vienna to Venice, $14.09, $14.09, and you can go at 12 in the morning or 12 noon and get there at 1, or you can leave at 8 o'clock at night and get there at 9 o'clock at night, 9:30. All I'm saying is that it's much cheaper if you do let's pull up my Excel spreadsheet one more time. If you do the RyanAir flights. And I really didn't check out Wizz. I didn't use Wizz. I just figured I'd just stay with RyanAir. It was just easy and convenient. I knew what to expect. And I have point stuff through them too. So anyway, if you're traveling in, let me turn my camera around. Oops, I may not mess up the camera. 1, 2, 3. So, if you're traveling in Vienna, Austria, and you're going to be here for a while, and you're using it as a home base like I did, I would encourage you to look at other alternatives. That train is crazy. The slow buses are crazy too. So you're paying one way or another, whether it's your time or your money. But if you just do RyanAir, yeah, you can't get to. So Vienna, you can't fly to Salzburg, you can't fly to Graz, you can't fly anywhere in this state or in this country. You have to leave the country. But Krakow's pretty nice. Prague's pretty nice. Budapest is pretty nice. There's lots of places to go. Don't get me wrong on Venice or Malta or Rome or any of the others. That's it for me. I will attach all my math and stuff so that you can criticize me and show me my mistakes in my video so that you can see them at the end. That's it. Thanks for coming along, everybody. Travel in Vienna, Austria. Bye.